All right, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to the channel. All right, now, so here's a video that my good friend Jennifer sent me. And Jennifer, thank you for the video. Now, the video deals with a frauditor who calls himself Sheep Show. And 2.5 months ago, this individual made a video pertaining to me and 2 other anti-frauditing channels, just talking a lot of BS that didn't make any sense. But anyway, his hard-on with me was because apparently in my videos that I do of frauditors, I include their picture as well as their channel name as well as their real name if I know it. And apparently he considers that I'm doxing them. Now, the way I see it, the same way these frauditors make a effort in throwing out the law enforcement officers as well as the public employees, as they feel that it's public information, let me throw it out there on YouTube. Well, shit, that's the same way I feel about the frauditors. Because in my mind, the way when these guys go out there frauditing, they pretty much are doing it on the behalf of the people, right? So the way I see it, they become public figures, and I consider their information public, and I think you guys would agree with me on that. So apparently he calls it doxing. I call it freedom of press. Now, mind you, he also has a hard-on with me because I've made a handful or more videos pertaining to Katie Kidman. And if you guys are familiar with that character, then you know that she is totally a piece of work. I mean, the lady, as far as I can remember, going onto school properties and the other videos that she has done make no sense other than to be whacked out. That's the way I see that lady. She is totally whacked out. Her old age has creeped up on her and has made her whacked out, period. Anyway, again, apparently his discomforts with me, he made this video, and let me just show you what I'm talking about before we go further here.
Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, with the YouTube channel name of Familia TV. I don't dox people for the reason that I don't want people to dox me or anyone else for that matter. I believe in the biblical rule that you reap what you sow. Some other religions call it karma, and the Urban Dictionary defines karma as a bitch. I had absolutely no intention of personally identifying Stevie, but when I was scrolling through his content looking for the video he did about us, I saw that he was doxing auditors, namely Acura Amanda. Who the fuck doesn't like Acura Amanda? That's like hating Julia Roberts because she smiles too much. Like everyone else, I run an investigative background check on. I know Steven's home address, phone number, email addresses, social media accounts, business ventures, names of relatives, and names of neighbors. And I have access to the same detailed information about them as I have about Steven. I had a choice to go all scorched earth with Steven or take an eye for an eye. I chose an eye for an eye, so I limited Steven's personal information to name and town. Doxing is like nuclear war. It's assured mutual annihilation, so stop doing it, Steven. Anywho.
All right, so there you go. That was just a sample of his minor attack on me, whereas he also implied that he came across me because I used one of his videos. Now, mind you, I never knew his channel, never heard about his channel, and to this day, I've never been on his channel to take a video. Okay, until that day where I got the email saying, hey, you know, this individual here included you with 2 other channels talking BS about you. And that's the day that he caught my interest. And I did make a rebuttal. I made a rebuttal video that I took it down because I didn't want to give him the pleasure of that he got to me or whatever. But now that I got this video from Jennifer about him doing 30 days and just getting out like a week now, okay, I figured, shit, let me make a video, and hopefully the other 2 channels make a video as well. Now, again, him saying that he has dirt on me or he didn't throw it out there for whatever. Listen, I've already thrown my dirt out there to the subscribers. I have nothing to be ashamed about. I think we could all agree that we've all done things in life that we're not happy about. now. Okay, growing up, I think we've all tested the waters here and there. Okay, to me, there's no such thing as a perfect individual. Life to me is about living and learning. We all make mistakes and we learn from those mistakes. But as for this knucklehead here, at his age, which I think he's in his middle 40s, he's still out there doing the mistakes and not learning a damn thing from them. And that's why he ended up doing those 30 days. Now, let me show you. Let me give you a sample of his fraudits. This is what he considers he holding police accountable, but we all know it ain't holding police accountable. It's screwing and harassing police. Let me show you this little clip.
Hey, what's up, people? This is Sheep Show, and I am born again, and this is a real quick cop watch for you in the city of Victorville, and this one is hot off the press. I recorded this one not more than an hour ago. Her front plate is obstructed. You can't see it.
Can I help you, sir?
Yeah, what's your name?
Can I help you?
Yeah, I just answered you. What's your name?
What are you doing, sir? Is there a reason why you're videotaping me?
Is there a reason you asked me if you could help me when you don't want to help me?
I am asking you to help you.
And I just told you what I wanted.
What is it that you want?
I want your name.
What do you need my name for, sir?
I don't need your name. You asked me if you could help me, and that was my answer.
Okay, that's fine.
I know it's fine. Have a good day. Oh, you're not going to identify? You know it's a violation of your policy, right?
My badge.
I can't see it from here, and I can't get it from the camera because this is...
Once you let me know what you need, then I can go ahead.
I need your name to file a complaint on you for failure to identify pursuant to your policy.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead and call.
How can I call when I don't have your name when you don't...
Videotape my unit, correct? So you
What's
can
that?
Go ahead and give that information to dispatch.
Well, why won't you just follow your policy? I didn't write the policy.
Okay.
It's not my policy, it's yours. Why don't you just follow it? I read it. It doesn't...
Can I assist you with anything, sir?
Yes, you can give me your name so that I can file it.
Medical assistance?
You can get...
Are you having an emergency?
Oh, you're going to go the 5150 route?
No, I'm asking if you need anything.
You'll
Is there a
get
reason
you'll get
why you're
immediately sued for
videotaping?
that if you go the 5150 route.
That's not what I'm asking, sir.
Oh, okay.
Do you require any kind of assistance that I can assist you with at this very moment, other than me providing you with my name?
Do you require any kind of assistance? Because I think I've clearly and plainly articulated what I wanted from you, and I think I've clearly and plainly articulated that that's part of your policy.
How else can I help you, sir?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
My
you.
name is Deputy LaRocco. How else can I help you, sir?
Oh, okay, thank you. That's it.
Okay. Have a great day.
You have a great day as well.
All right, so you would think any normal person would say, okay, I got her name. She gave me a little bit of a hard time, but I got her name, and call it a day. Now, the individual here, as you can see, she's finishing up on her paperwork of that last vehicle that she pulled over, right? Again, I say, a normal person would say, call it a day. She's not doing anything but filling out her paperwork. No. He's going to stand there and continue to record her, which pretty much is annoy the shit out of her, right? And this is what he calls holding police accountable. I could understand if you saw police doing something wrong, record away, man, record away. But if you see the officer doing something normal, such as finishing up on her paperwork, why are you just going to stand there and record her like she's some kind of entertainment for your subscribers? Okay? Now you'll see that the officer realizes that this individual is just going to stand there like an idiot and continue to record her. So, hey, she pulls away. Let me de-escalate this before it gets to that point that I'm going to arrest this guy and let me get the hell out of here. Again, I say, you would think this individual would say, let me call it a day, but no, he wants to continue to harass her.
Let's see if What the hell's her name? Larosco? Let's see if Deputy Larosco retaliates against me. I keep finding more and more corrupt cops with San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. Originally, I thought that it was just a few bad apples. And to be fair, and to be truthful, and to be honest, I have encountered more good than bad. 1659117. I have encountered more good than bad out here, which is a good thing. It shouldn't be that difficult to get rid of the bad ones. I'm pretty sure that's the pig that stuck her pig hooves on me over there in the city of Adelano.
Can I assist you with something, sir?
I'm sorry?
Can I assist you with something?
Like what?
Is there a reason why you continue to follow me and videotape?
Yeah.
Okay. What? What's the
I'm
reason?
not required to articulate any reasons to you. How do you spell your name?
Sound it out, sir.
I'm sorry?
Sound it out, sir. You seem like a very educated man.
No, I'm not educated. I know how to read, though. She's definitely a pig. Definitely a pig. If there ever was a pig, it's definitely that one. We got, wait for the camera. Give us that little propaganda wave. You know you're dirty, so pretend like you're not dirty by waving to the camera. Your gas can is open. Your gas cap's open.
All right, so this is what he considers holding police accountable. And he considers this officer corrupt and dirty because he didn't get her name and badge number immediately upon request. Now, as far as I'm aware, an officer is not obligated to give their name and badge number unless they have some interaction with you, a call for service, and so on. Okay? Now, if for those of you that say it would be polite of the officer to give up their name and when requested by a citizen, then my response would be, well, it would be polite of the citizen to come up and have a normal conversation with that officer, and then, hey, by the way, what's your name, and so on. Okay, but that BS about standing in front of an officer for X amount of time, aiming your cell phone at them, and then when the officer does make an attempt to communicate with you, it's name and badge number and this and that. Come on now. I mean, these are not I don't know. Again, my way of thinking, the way these frauditors, their way of thinking is these are public servants / slaves. I've said it before. When we see them, we see another person that's doing a job, okay? So there's a major difference there, the way these frauditors, their way of thinking, and a normal person's way of thinking. And for those of you that just can't understand it or having a hard time understanding it, well, then let somebody come up to you and stand in front of you for X amount of time, aiming a cell phone at you, and then when you make that attempt to communicate with them, it's what the hell is your name, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Come on now. That's not being a good citizen. That's being an asshole. So let's jump into the next video, which pretty much got him into problems, which gave him the 30 days in lockup, and you'll see how much more of an asshole he truly is.
Hello people, this is Sheep Show and I am born again. I would like to thank those of you that have reached out to me to check on my well-being, as I have not posted or communicated with you in several months. As many of you know, holding oppressive and tyrannical government officials accountable and calling out my blind, deaf, and dumb brothers and sisters in the Christian church is a part-time venture for me. I am a self-employed small business owner with a mortgage, car payment, and food to put on the table for my family. Work is not the only reason I've been silent these past couple of months. Tyranny came knocking at my door. Many of you have watched the video of my arrest in the city of Adelanto on February 26, 2021. If you haven't seen it, you will be able to watch it in this video. Nearly a year later, in December of 2022, I received a letter from the San Bernardino County District Attorney advising me that they were moving forward with prosecution. I subsequently pled not guilty and went to trial to be judged by a jury of ignorant, cop-sucking, boot-licking sheep. I mean a jury of my peers. On March 17, 2023, the jury found me guilty of a single violation of California Penal Code 148A1, and the dishonorable judge immediately sentenced me to 30 days jail time, 1 year of probation, and a $248 fine. Then, in spite of the fact that I showed up in court, on time, every day, for a misdemeanor charge that occurred more than a year prior, he now considered me a flight risk and denied my request for bail pending appeal. I was handcuffed by the bailiff, and as my wife watched helplessly in the courtroom, I was dog-walked away and locked in a cage. I sat silently for a week as others decided my fate. I remained still, silent, and emotionless as I sat and watched that demonic deputy Joseph Mora, the succubus prosecutor Nicole Diaz, and that black-eyed, black-robed injustice spew lie after lie, and I watched intently as the jury eagerly gorged themselves on every word. Well, I'm out of jail now. Now it's my turn to speak. I am going to be prosecuting the San Bernardino County Sheriff Shannon Dykes and his demonic deputy Joseph Mora, the San Bernardino County District Attorney Jason Anderson and his little minion prosecutor Nicole Diaz, and that black-eyed, black-robed, clearly biased, and clearly prejudicial dishonorable Judge Christopher S. Pallone. I will also be prosecuting those fake American, cop-sucking, boot-licking jurors, although I will not be personally identifying any of them. They know who they are, and more importantly, God knows who they are.
All right, so let me pause the video here, whereas if I'm not mistaken, he wants to have his own trial here on the officers that arrested him, as well as the judge that found him guilty, as well as the jury that found him guilty. He wants to have a trial through public opinion, the people who end up watching his video, right? And I want you guys to have an open mind. And yes, some of you might say, well, you've already tainted the case, Stephen, because you played that video of him harassing that female officer. And let me just say, that was just to show you, to give you a background. Which, damn it, if it was possible, I think all of these frauditors, when they go to court, if they take their cases to trial, I think the jury should get an opportunity to see their past history on what got them there in the first place. That's the way I see it, okay? But I truly want you guys to have an open mind. And if you feel that the officer who arrested him here was wrong in anything, in any way, then I want you to say not guilty. But let's get back into the video. And again, I say keep an open mind.
Sir.
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Hey, we're going to ask you just to stay behind that car over there. Right.
What's that?
We're going to ask you just to stay behind this.
I'm media, I'm fine. This is not a crime scene. Your crime scene's over there.
This is actually part of our crime scene. If
Actually,
you could
all
stay
part of
right.
the crime scene, so we're going to ask you to go. We have FCCs on the ground, sir.
Where?
So we're going to ask you.
All right, so as we noticed the officer explaining to the frauditor that they are trying to preserve that area where the bullet casings are at. So this way they can document where everything is at. And if you guys ever watched Forensic Files and those other cop shows, then you know how it pretty much works. The officers are trying to document everything so that they can put a scenario together and pretty much figure out how the things transpired there with that situation there. But as we also notice, whatever the officer is telling the frauditor, it's pretty much going through one ear and out the other. And I think we could all agree now that after the second time of being told to back up, after the second time now, anything after the second time to me is an overkill. You know what I mean? This is a grown man now. This is not a little kid now, okay? After the second time, shit, I lock his ass up, okay? You will hear this man state that he is media, and media is allowed to go wherever they want to go. Now, that's a new one for me. I've never heard a frauditor come up with that BS, but listen, this is the type of BS that this guy is on, okay? This guy is a born-again Christian, okay? And, hey, listen, I'm not trying to be offensive to anyone who's born again, okay? But this guy is on a whole different wavelength, okay? Hey, you get my drift, okay? This guy is working on a whole different mentality. And, I say, an officer who's on the job, they're in the middle of a crime scene, should not be arguing with pedestrians that just out of the blue moon want to make a video, okay? You get what I'm getting at, but let's get back to the video.
Go over there.
Where?
Sir, don't make my job any harder than it already is.
Don't make my job any harder than it is.
Okay.
So if you could just point to any evidence.
No, sir. No,
Excuse
sir.
me, sir, can you get behind the tape for me?
I don't need to get behind the tape by
Yes,
media.
you do. This is a crime scene, sir.
Okay, sir. This is a crime scene, so as long as you just stay behind the tape, you're fine, okay?
Do you guys know how to read the penal code?
Yes, we do, sir.
Do you know what it says about the tape? Get a supervisor over here for me. Because I'm getting ready to walk inside of this tape in a minute if you don't get a supervisor for me.
Sir, I am the supervisor.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, this is a crime scene. You
Yeah.
cannot cross the crime scene,
Okay. Pursuant to what statute? Because the statute that I read said that it doesn't apply to media.
This is a crime scene, sir.
The statute that I read said that
We
it
are
doesn't apply to
working a
media.
crime scene.
Pursuant to what? That's all I'm asking you. Is pursuant.
just letting
All
you
I'm
know.
asking you is to give
Sir.
me a statute.
No.
I'm telling you
I
that the
don't
penal
have time
code.
for this, so you're going to stay on that
You
side of the
had
tape.
time to come over here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just asking you, your presence
Hey,
here is
how
making
are you,
me
man?
feel uncomfortable in my own home.
Oh, that's okay, man. I'm media. I have a right to be here.
I know, but my own home.
Yeah, do me a
my
favor.
property?
Yeah, do me a favor, man.
I'm just asking you.
I'm
if
media.
you're
I have a constitutional right to be here.
I know.
Okay.
Hey,
I'm doing my job.
I know.
I'm
Hey,
doing my job.
just
I'm
right
not
now?
trying to make you feel uncomfortable.
that's great.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'm not here to make you feel uncomfortable.
So could
I'm here
we,
to no. I'm here to report on what's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't have any intention of leaving, man.
I respect.
Thank
what
you, I
you're doing.
appreciate that.
You got a bust to hustle.
I appreciate that, man.
But could we step it back so they can, have a conversation?
I'm behind the crime scene tape.
I know.
So we're good.
Like, give them
I'm-
like 10 space back.
No, man, I'm dealing with them right now.
I know.
I'm
Don't
dealing
be
with them
good
right now.
you If you're good with them.
I'm behind the tape. I'm good with them. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Who's the sergeant on scene that's going to catch the complaint?
You got a social media?
Who's the supervisor on scene that's going to catch the complaint?
No social media presence? No ID? You tell me who you are?
Dude, I want to record them, okay? I don't want you to be the story, man.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't want to be the
You
story
have a
either.
crime here.
I don't
Apparently
know. I
somebody's a
don't
gun.
know.
Apparently somebody's a gunshot victim, okay?
I
There's a
live
crime
here.
scene over there.
I live here.
Okay,
I know.
well, I'm documenting that. It's important that this kind of stuff gets out, number one, and number two, it's important that the behavior of the deputies that are here on scene gets out too.
Can I ask you where you live?
What's that?
Where you live?
It doesn't matter where I live.
No. To me, it really matters because
No, it doesn't matter.
I live 5 feet from here,
It's
so it
okay.
matters to me where you live.
So what is it, dude? You know what? You're talking to me a certain kind of way right now, and I'm starting to resent it. Okay, I'm not doing anything over there with you, your house, or your family.
I don't mean to.
I'm not
offend you
doing
at all.
anything over there with
No,
you, your
no.
house, and your family.
I respect
You,
your
your
hustle.
house, and your family,
You got
they're
your
good.
job. You got your job.
Okay, I
know.
respect you. I respect your house and your family. This ain't your house right here.
No.
This is a parking lot.
But this is my space.
It
sanctuary.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
matters. It's greatly. to
It
me.
doesn't
And
matter.
You're kind of just telling me it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter. And you sound like you're either
doesn't
drinking.
matter where
You sound like you've been drinking or on drugs. So do me a favor, man. Why don't you take 10 steps back away from me? I appreciate it, man.
I'm telling you, this is my space.
And I'm telling you, it ain't your space. I'm telling you, your space is inside of your house.
As long as it's your job.
Your space is inside of your house.
My job is to protect my space.
Yeah, that's right. Over there in your house.
Right here?
Okay.
This is my house.
No, your house is over there, bro.
So is this yours too? Where are you gonna post it?
I'm gonna tell you this.
Oh, I got all day because I'll be here all day.
You got all day, man? You got all day? You got all day?
My kids are done.
Okay, cool. You got a job, man?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You got time to catch a civil suit from me?
Sure.
Okay, good, man. What's your name, man? Where do you live? Which one of these is yours? You got all day? You got time to catch a civil suit?
First.
You got time to sit in court?
I asked you that first.
You got time to sit in court with me?
You're the one with the camera, and I asked you that first.
That's right, man. So do me a favor. Get away from me. You're threatening me.
I'm not threatening.
Yeah, you are. You're talking to
been-
me a certain kind of way, and you're threatening me. Get away from me.
I said,
Hey, man, how you doing?
Crime scene because of the vehicles. So if you don't mind just stepping outside of the tape, I appreciate it.
Who's the supervisor here in
Sir,
charge that's going to catch
sir.
the complaint?
Sir, what's your name?
What's that?
May I ask your name?
My name's Media.
Okay, Mr. Media. It's an excellent name. Can you step on the other side of the tape, sir?
Why do you keep pushing the tape back?
Because we have
There was no tape until I got
fired
here.
cartridge casings on the ground, sir.
There was no. You're
Okay,
a liar.
first of all,
There's no
don't put that next
cartridge
to my
casings
face,
here.
okay, sir?
You walked up to me.
Sir, I'm going to ask you
my feet
to
were
get on
planted.
the other side of the tape.
Stop lying.
Sir, this is the reason why we need you to do so. There was a shooting here, and we
Okay.
need you to move.
And I see the casings over
Okay,
there.
sir, exactly.
you're lying.
pointing out the casings. I'm going to ask you to go on the other side
Why
of the tape.
wasn't the tape here prior to me getting here?
Sir, I'm going to ask you to go on the other
And
side
I'm
of the
just
tape.
asking you a simple question.
Sir, is there anything I can say or do to get you to go on the other side of the tape?
Yes, you can answer my question. Why wasn't the tape here
Sir, right
prior
now
to my
you're
arrival? Hi,
obstructing-
how are you?
All right, so as we hear the frauditor trying to imply that the officer now is bringing up the tape now because of him being there recording. Now, I think we've all seen videos where these frauditors have thrown it at the officers where if you don't want me to walk into a particular area, the area needs to be taped up. Now, when the officers are doing their job properly by taping up the area, oh, now you're putting the tape to stop me from recording and you're violating my rights and this. And, I mean, Jesus, you can't win with these guys. They find something to bitch about. Now, again, I say here he is implying that the officer is bringing up the tape because of him. And if you go back to the beginning of the video, you will notice that when this officer here was telling the frauditor, hey, stop right here, you can't come any closer. If you look behind him, hey, you'll notice this officer here had tape in his hand about to put it up. So this guy is talking out of his you-know-what.
Right now you're obstructing and delaying our
right now I'm
investigation.
media and I'm not obstructing
Okay,
anything.
you're
I'm
obstructing
reporting
and
on the
delaying
scene.
our investigation.
Right now
I'm going to
media,
ask you to go on the other side of the tape.
And I'm telling you right now I'm media and I'm not obstructing anything. I'm
Okay.
asking you a question that
Sir,
you're
do you see
declining
the
to
tape?
answer.
You want to point your camera to see all the tape around?
I see the tape that you put,
Okay, so
and now
make
I'm
your
asking
way that
you.
way, sir.
Okay, who are you? What's your name and badge number?
Okay, sir. I'm going to ask you to go on the other side of the tape.
What's your name and badge
My
number?
name is Deputy Mora.
And what's
That's
your
my
badge name?
Sir,
What's
go
your
on the
badge
other
number?
side of the tape. Okay.
Sure. What's your badge
All
number?
right. So I've asked you several times,
And
I've
I'm just
explained
asking
to you right now.
Okay, tell me your
So if
badge
you
number,
don't go on the
identify,
other
and
side
I'll go
of
on the other side of the tape.
If you don't go on the other
Identify,
side
and
of
I'll
the
go
tape,
on the
you're
other
going to be
side of
placed
the
under
tape.
arrest.
Identify, and I'll go on
Sir,
the other
is
side
there
of the
anything
tape.
I can say to get you to comply with?
Yes, just identify, and I'll go on the
Okay,
other
so
side
right
of the
now I'm
tape.
placing you under arrest for Penal Code 148, subsection A.
Okay, cool.
Subsection 1, obstruct
cool.
and resist a peace officer.
Okay.
Place your hands behind your back.
All right, here. Who wants to take this?
I'll take
You
it,
want to
sir.
take that? You got it. There you go.
So there you go. The video that got him into problems and got him to 30 days in lockup. Now, mind you, as you heard him state in the beginning of the video, that he truly feels that his rights were violated, that the officers should have never arrested him. Now, you heard in the beginning of the video him stating that he's angry at the judge as well as the jury that found him guilty, and that he is now holding them on trial through the public, that those of you that watched this video here and wants to get an input, I guess, whether we find him innocent or guilty. Now, as for me, I would have to say he was guilty. We've noticed that the officer in the middle of a crime scene is trying to explain to him that you cannot come into this particular area. We are trying to preserve. We are trying to document where these bullet casings are at. And what do we know notice all that information he was getting from the officer, that I think honestly the officer didn't have to explain shit to him. You can't come in this area. That's it. Back up. That's as far as I probably would have went. Now again, I went through one ear and out the other because we heard him for X amount of time there debating with the officer. This about him being media, and media is allowed to go past tape, crime scene tape. I don't know anything about no statute about that, but if any of you guys do, let me know. But again, myself, I find him guilty. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys, and I will see you in my next video.